Fulton County takes cybersecurity seriously, and we place a high priority on the protection of sensitive information, as personal sensitive information. At this time, we are not aware of any transfer of sensitive information about citizens or employees.
You work in cybersecurity for the White House, and my question is, what are you doing on a meeting with James O'Keefe? And how do you think it looks to the American people that working in the Office of Cybersecurity, you're sitting across the table with James O'Keefe,
okay,
founder of Project Veritas?
Oh, I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, we do undercover investigations into people.
What's up, everybody? Alrighty, so today's episode, I guess, would be people doing a bad job. Jeez, Karen, you've done a really bad job at this whole president thing. You've messed it all up. You made a big mess. Clean up on the aisle, White House. We've got spaghetti everywhere. What, does anybody remember Axl Rose's, what was it, it was a compilation of unreleased songs by Guns N' Roses on the album called The Spaghetti Incident. Just before he went to some Chinese stuff. Anyways, here's a video of some Fani Willis stuff. Check this out.
There's a Trump movement out there is simply wrong. The fundamental point in politics is philosophy.
Oops, my bad. Wrong video. This one right here.
We've been told again and again that we cannot vote for the man that did more for the black community than any other president. If a black man dares speak out in support of Donald Trump, a Democrat is always there to call that man an Uncle Tom, a house Negro, or even worse. We've been used by the Democrats. For decades, we've supported the party of slavery and Jim Crow.
All right, okay, this is the right one. We found it. We're good. We've got it. Look, talking about DEI. Am I the diversity hire here? Is that what's happening? So leave it in the comment sections. Troll me. All right, so anyhow, cybersecurity, how that was the actual, what happened the other day, and I don't know, nobody has really even talked about it, but there was a breach of some seriously, like, intricate systems in, like, that area of Fulton County. Shut down everything, all the internet put down, and they were like, well, nothing bad happened, so, we're good. No information was lost or stolen. It's kind of weird in a convenient way that with all of the, like, investigations and subpoenas that are being thrown at Fani Willis, that, it might be a good idea to go on there underneath some kind of hacker source and get rid of information that would have been detrimental to the people behind the scenes that are backing up Fani Willis. Like, you can imagine, like, the Soros operatives and the BlackRock people and all the stuff they're involved with, the World Economic Forum and the takedown of American society, and how intricate it would be, and all the levers of action that run behind Fani Willis to make her who she is, the superstar that she is. Know that there's communications on there that could possibly implicate them, and they're like, we need to do something fast. Well, what are we going to do? We'll blame it on Russia. Another Russia. And they actually tapped in and shut down the internet in that area, and supposedly just dibbled around, didn't get any information, didn't delete anything. And if there was, all the people would be complicit because they were involved in it too. They're like, whoo, all right, they got all that off of there for us. Now, let me show you an audio. Let me show you an audio. I'm going to picture you a word. What does yellow sound like? Anyways, Fani Willis goes off on one of her employees. She fires this chick. But this was back in 2021. This audio just now recently came out. And I think it's really worth listening to. It's a couple minutes here, but you know what the hey, we got a little bit of time. Let's roll with it.
If you had to give me a sentence, what is the sentence theme?
Okay, that's Fani Willis right there. The next is going to be the person that worked for her. And this person was a whistleblower trying to say, hey, something's going on with what's going on with your organization not handling funds well. These grants that are being given out are used improperly. This could cause serious implications. Of course, this goes terribly wrong for the person that's doing the whistleblowing, like it usually does for people that want to do the right thing. Anyways.
Once I told him about his
respectfully and in an email about his lack of leadership and the fact that he wanted to do things with grants that were impossible. And I kept telling him, like, we can't do that, and questioning stuff. He would take me off projects, tell people I wasn't doing what I was supposed to because I questioned him. Because I understood, I helped write that grant. I knew what was in that grant. He told everybody in front of Crystal, Deontay, everybody, we're gonna get MacBooks, we're gonna do it, we're gonna get swag, we're gonna use it for travel. I said, you cannot do that. It's a very, very specific grant. Took me off. I questioned Junior DA.
So they took her off the job, said, no, since you're gonna be one of those people, no. Take her off the job, and that's exactly what they did.
There's kids in there from out of the county, all this. Took me off Junior DA. I did not want to do it. He made it look as if I was
She even clap talked. This is getting serious.
doing what I needed to do because I questioned him. Because I knew for a fact Mr. Cuffey respectfully did not know what he was doing. Period.
So I respect that is your assessment. It was clear to me that you and Mr. Cuffey were not getting along. And I'm not saying that your assessment.
She wasn't a criminal like McCuffey. Now, in a second, we're going to dig into something really deep. Now, this is where it's going to get quite interesting. You're going to hear Fani Willis, an evil side to her, manipulative ways with people and how she wants to run a narrative. And she knows this is being recorded. So, to make things really twisted and hard to prove intent in court, Fani Willis knowingly and willingly makes these few statements so that it kind of like puts everything in a gray area. Okay, get ready.
Is wrong. I want you to really listen to the words I'm saying.
Cuffey, and this is my personal opinion, to one woman to another, is dangerous to your administration. He tells people, when I reached out to you, he told me, you think your word is...
What happened is Amanda Tipson reached out to Fani Willis, circumventing the people that she worked for because she thought that there was a possibility that information wasn't getting through to her, Fani Willis, about what was being done in her constituent's case. Fani Willis must have not have responded and then must have responded back. Apparently, this guy has communications with Fani Willis, the person that was going off on her. But it's alleged right now. We're going to figure here. Check this out.
Is safe. Exactly when you reached out to Miss Willis, she called me and told me, she tell me everything. So once you reach out to her, she's gonna reach back out to me. So I didn't even go to HR because he put Dexter's name on my PDP, and I didn't even feel safe going to anybody.
Can I tell you something? I have 3 supervisors that have failed in this field. What's interesting to me, because I'm in a learning curve too, they each pretend to have a relationship with me.
This is where the gray area starts in this legal. This is where this is going to come out really hard to prove intent in court, especially when you have leftist judges or judges of Marxist ideology.
That they do not have. I guess that's an intimidation tactic. I'm sorry that you felt that way, but Dexter certainly don't have no relationship with Michael Cuffey. You were safe to go those places.
That's most of the audio there. There's a little bit more, but that's all I've got. So we have to work with that. But man, wow. So you hear how assertive and just sort of like in your face Fani Willis can be. She's not an innocent lady at all. And there's so many things. She just got subpoenaed, and that means that a lot of records are going to be brought out in court. So that's why they needed to go in there and possibly hack this. Allegedly, I'm just saying it would not be surprised if there was something to do with that aspect. Got some other stuff here I want to show you guys. I'm going to check it out here. I'm going to roll through this. The FBI confirms its issue to remote kill command to blow out Typhoon botnet. Okay, I don't know if this is tied together or not, but China Volt Typhoon attackers hundreds of outdated Cisco and outdated Cisco and Netgear routers infected with malware. So apparently China, if you got an old router that's been around for a while, and it's when they say out of date, meaning that it's, by the way, a lot of this stuff is made in China. It's already got, chips that are in there that are not talked about to harvest information, to move things, to anything. That's why Donald Trump wanted to get all of our power grid stuff made in the United States, because it'd be a lot less likely that we would be infiltrated by a foreign nation, because of encrypted, secret chips that can communicate outside of what the commands are given by the people who run the equipment. Imagine all of the substations that are Wi-Fi to monitor, load capacity, where to shift power to, is overridden by somebody. And it's able to be done so because of a secret chip or better yet, if there was a machine that was used to cast your voice every 2022, 2024, you had these machines made, and the manufacturer of those machines is one place. The manufacturer of the boards is probably China, and all the boards are assembled in another country altogether, ready for your encryption, sir. But the FBI ended up having to step in and do some kind of weird internet takedown. They used their kill switch that they talked about, that they, for some odd reason, just brought to light. We're going to try with their cell phones and all this stuff. Yep. And they blame it on China, of course. But don't you understand that the United States and China obviously are working together in a controlled opposition against each other, but playing off of the American people so that they can create an agenda? I'm just saying, or complete an agenda, however you want to look at it. But this is a weird thing. Speaking about agendas, now we know in over there in the Netherlands, there's a lot of farmers that are protesting against what's happening with climate stuff. People are they say that this doesn't make any sense. The way that you want to farm, it's not sustainable. The way that we farm is. They had very great methods of doing so, and it worked, and it was a great supply chain. Everything was working great until somebody decided to put a big monkey wrench in it. But okay, so now I understand why these people are doing that. However, something I've questioned before is why they're allowed to get by for so long before they're starting to be arrested just now. Now so all these people are lined up protesting. They've damaged a bunch of infrastructure, which I understand they're angry because, that's. But hear me out on this. They were allowed to do that. Nobody brought in the UN military and all that stuff like they're fixing to do right now until they let everything go downhill. They tore up all the buildings, all the old artwork, all the stuff that's been there for years has been damaged and demolished. Now, don't get me wrong. It can't take so much. But what's going to happen is that was a controlled demolition, I think. I think they allowed the Netherlands people to act out that way so that they could have a narrative set because they got mainstream media to film everything, and anything that makes it out of there is going to be used as a spin-off. And they're going to claim racism, and they're going to claim white supremacy, and they're going to say, see, look what these people do to the environment. They're lighting tires on fire and all this stuff. And that's going to be a thing, man. The protest is this, that, and the other, but just be careful because it just blew my mind that was going on that level for so long with nobody intervening. Means only one thing: yes, go ahead and tear all this up, save us. You do it on your dime. They don't have. So in other words, they don't want that infrastructure in place anyways. They wanted all these old buildings down. They want everything new and updated. They don't want any of the old artwork that represents independence and independent thought. They want to get rid of all that artwork, all the buildings that were there. So these have been damaged. Demolish these buildings. Put some new stupid crap up that looks stupid because art nowadays has all been inverted by Marxism. So I don't know. I think that there's a certain level of where you protest to where if you damage in your own stuff, then you're gonna reap what you sow to a certain extent. So I don't know. I'm with the farmers. I understand what their point is. So I'm not saying they don't have a reason to be upset, but it sounds like it could be a boomerang effect, like a Canada thing times 10. Mayorkas impeachment moves closer to reality. Now, I did a video a while back, a few weeks ago, month ago, maybe something. They were talking. It was on a Fox's asshole news network, saying that Mayorkas smirked and said, "If you get rid of me, you're not going to like who comes in behind me." When I knew right then that he's going to be impeached. That was it. Whenever the Democrats heard that, they were like, "All right, let's get that guy in here." And I mean this because Mayorkas has completed a lot of projects behind the scenes when it comes to building up these encampments so that they can move across the border easier, moving a lot of supplies, and they've built up bridges. They've got networks of facilities to move people now. And that was Mayorkas' job. That was he was involved with some organization prior to being an immigration guy that was involved with immigration. In other words, bringing people over. It was his thing. And he promised a bunch of NGOs of this, that, and the other, about this, that, and the other. And he's pretty much gotten where he needs to be. So I think that being the fact that I could be wrong, but, we'll find out later. But we'll find out. We'll see. But, I could see it now. Yep, okay, we got him impeached. Let's bring this dude in. It'll be like Hakeem Jeffries' second cousin. I'll be like, oh, God, don't please. Hakeem Jeffries is a scary dude. That is a scary looking guy. Just because, just his eyes, the way he's, He's involved. Oh, by the way, you want to talk about something weird? Byron Donalds, the one who, not Byron Donalds, what's that guy's name? I get the two confusing. Byron will get mad at me. The one that pulled the fire alarm. Anyways, that dude, the one that pulled the fire alarm and stopped the count for the vote. He just recently gave an apology speech for a conspiracy poem that he wrote about 9/11. Jamal Bowman, that's who it was. Jamal Bowman. Byron Donalds is the good guy. He's gonna get mad at me. He's gonna message me one day. But you better quit getting me mixed up. Jamal Bowman. Yeah. Anyways, another DEI. And there's crazy stuff going on with that. But anyway, so in the comment section, do you think that they'll actually pull this off? This is what they're going to happen? Do you think the guy that they're going to bring in is going to be worse? But the committee approved of the articles 18 through 15 along party lines. CBS News. See what I mean? You know, when you see them all come together, they up to something. And then the branch of public trust to the Secretary's approach to the border crisis. The full House is expected to take up the issue next week. We cannot allow this man to remain in office any longer because the committee chair, Mark Green of Tennessee, told CBS, this is time for accountability now. Right. It's time for accountability now. That's what they say anyhow. Squad member Ayanna Presley accuses Walgreens of racial discrimination and shutting down the stores in theft of plagued neighborhoods. Dun dun dun, dude. Okay, now you can't make this up. This dude. I mean, this woman right here. I'm gonna read the article a little bit, but I read it and I've watched the video. She talks about the businesses leaving the area because of us racism. You've closed up all of our shops. They're gone now. Oh no! Well, now we don't have anywhere to get our supplies that we need, like our diapers and different things for the kids and all. Which I think that's tragic. But that the thing is nobody just left. They just didn't go, hey, because of your skin color, we're leaving. We're out. Screw you, white people. We're out. And they actually said, we can't sustain any of our bottom line numbers if we keep these stores open because they don't make any money. Every day we're having to restock items that are being stolen out of there as fast as we can. We don't even get them on the shelf. Lady comes out with the cart to put the stuff on. People just run up and snatch it off the cart, and she doesn't even have to do it. There's nothing you can do. And so the businesses have decided that it's in the best interest of the shareholders and the sustainability of them, because they might not be receiving all the unlimited fiat currency that a lot of these other companies are, like BlackRock and Walt Disney and everything, that get funded to do nothing. They had to do some kind of strategic business maneuver so that they could stay. Now they're going to be on them. This woman right here is going to hit them with racism charges and claims, and she's going to grill the CEOs and see what their intentions were. Of course, now it'd be easy to prove an intent on this end because it fits the narrative. This said, we know what you were thinking, guys. But all the videos, everybody sees it, man. It's like, it's just a free-for-all. Watch this.
Mr. Speaker, Walgreens is planning to close yet another pharmacy in the Massachusetts 7th, this time on Warren Street in Roxbury, a community that is 85% Black and Latino. This closure is a part of a larger trend of abandoning low-income communities like the previous closures in Mattapan and Hyde Park, both in the Massachusetts 7th. When a Walgreens leaves a neighborhood, they disrupt the entire community and
and she's going to go on and talk about what I'm talking about. It's a bleeding heart speech of things to make people, to grab you by your heartstrings. I can't believe those awful CEOs won't let them just steal everything. Gosh. No more of them little Casio keyboards. Where we go here? Let's see. I said that earlier, but I always think about that when I think about a drugstore, because when I was a kid, that was what, I remember going there and I got one of those for my birthday. And I made a bunch of racket with it and got it taken from me the same day. 20-year-old killed by a gunman dressed as a UPS worker, supposed to be. Well, okay, so there's I don't know if you saw this or not, and it's sort of a low key. Nobody's reporting on it, but this thing here. Okay, here it is. This dude right here was a former ICE detainee dressed as a delivery driver. He killed 3 people in a home with kids present, not their presents, but the kids were there, and one of the dudes, the guy, there was like a teenager there, or a 20-year-old. He wasn't even supposed to be there. And apparently this was drug related. but what we're getting at is this is an ICE detainee. In other words, this is immigrant something. So these people, when ICE detains you, you know, there's something going on there. And apparently this guy here has ties to the Mexican cartel. And he was up in these people's houses here. And this one kid ended up dying. That kid right there, he was shot in the middle of all that. And they said he wasn't even so it turns out the husband of the wife was involved with that guy. Large sums of money are being back and forth. Okay, so the details of that are pretty much what we always hear when it comes to cartel membership, drugs, and all that. There's money, there's somebody owes somebody. But the thing is a lot of this is taking place because they're allowed to operate in such wide open terrain because nobody's doing anything. Immigration, the border's open. Everybody's just coming over. So it's a free-for-all. And something you can bet your life, Ted Nugent says. Stakes are high, and so am I, and it's in the air tonight. Ted Nugent. The Nuge. All right, so Joy Reid caught on a hot mic. Did anybody see this? This is maybe old news to you, but I saw it. I didn't have a time to get it out yesterday because I was really busy, and I'm really busy now. But I got to do something. We got to keep the videos rolling on this tube channel, and thank God I've been blessed with a bunch of work.
And he's ready to take action if Congress is serious about solving the border issue.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly. And Congress needs to get it done.
Starting another fucking war.
That really happened. She was on TV. I guess she forgot to turn her mic off when they switched the video over. I mean, even I can do better than that. And what she, by the way, Joy Reid rocking that Donald Trump hairdo, man. But yeah, you don't know if you caught that or not, but.
Fix it quickly. And Congress needs to get it done.
Starting another fucking war.
So this was filmed from somebody watching TV. I guess they recorded on their Roku and played it back. But yeah, this isn't a dub over because she ended up having to issue an apology for that. And
So I just wanted to apologize very quickly. I was chatting during a clip that was playing, and we try to keep this show very PG-13. So I just want to apologize to anyone who was listening to my behind-the-scenes chatter. Deeply, deeply apologize for that.
Oh, that's pretty good stuff right there. But so yeah, that's Joy Reid rocking the Donald Trump do, and drops the F-bomb. But okay, so why is she so against Donald Trump if she likes his hair and the fact that we didn't have 4 years of any war when he was presidency? Why are they so against Donald Trump? Phone, you're exactly right. It's very, very hard to understand as well. Phone was like, I don't know. Did you hear? So Trump's defense team investigates potential new trial for judges. This was just a recap. Talked about this the other day, but I like to recap on some things. It's just so crazy how the E. Jean Carroll thing got so far out of hand that they were allowed to, have all the conflicts of interest and nobody say anything. I couldn't believe that. And James O'Keefe, there's a long video right here of him interviewing he in the beginning of this video, you've seen that was James O'Keefe. He had ended up kind of like, what do you call it? Punking this guy like Ashton Kutcher used to do back in the day. Put on a disguise, you wouldn't know, and it was just a pair of glasses. That's all. James O'Keefe just put glasses on. That was it. And this security dude couldn't even figure it out. And he works for the White House to keep everything safe and secure, and couldn't even put two and two together that yes, this is James O'Keefe. Anyhow, what was it there? Oh, let me get this one other thing here. Death to America. By the way, I'm going to leave us out with some lulz before we do. This isn't lulz, but a bunch of the Iran people chanted death to America, so Biden gave them $6 million, and that's them kind of like, yeehaw, hate America. And anyway, so here's with some lulz. I don't want to hear anybody hating on somebody just because they can't twerk. This right here is this is societal, what do you call it? Enrichment. This is cultural enrichment. This is what, what happens. Oh, that's funny stuff, guys. So thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please hit like, subscribe, and share, guys. I am out.
Good evening, cowards. Rick Hubbard, 97 Spruce Lane. Nice to see a bunch of fat, ugly women in this.
Oh,
What?
Excuse you.
What?
Can we stay on the agenda?
No. They're fat, ugly women is what they are.
We're not having that.
Let's talk about it.
We're not having that.
You don't have to buy.
That ain't free speech.
It's called free speech. Buy.
That's not free speech. That's insulting.
Buy. That's good. Shut up.
Okay, everybody, stop. Let Mr. Hubbard speak, please. Enough. Go ahead, Rick.
And we wonder why children are retarded stupid today. We wonder why. We wonder why when we have these pathetic people here called teachers rape the children's mind. And if you people are too stupid to know what rape is, it's called control. Good evening, cowards. Rick Hubbard, 97.